Hey all, hope you're doing well. This is going to be a quick video on three things. One of them is doing things through the depression, um, basically taking action when you don't have any motivation. Um, it's also about um, believing in yourself and how important that can be, and also just posting to offer peer support because I see other people's videos about their journeys, and yeah, peer support or knowing you're not alone in the journey, that's helpful to me. So hopefully it's helpful to others, and I'd love to help spread some of that. I'm sitting in my car right now outside the gym, and I've been getting myself to get back to exercising a little bit. I've never been somebody that's been super into the gym, or super consistent with it. And now I'm trying to make it more consistent, and I don't have the motivation, sometimes even the energy, to really go. And sometimes it takes me a few steps to do it. And to speak to one strategy that might work for other people, it works for me, is literally break it down to as many tiny steps as you have to. Like just getting here into the parking lot was a matter of battling. Like, I have to get my contacts in, and I have no energy or motivation. I have to find my contacts. I have to find my gym bag. I have to make sure, I won't get into each little step, but there's many of those little steps, and at each point is a chance for me to turn around and say, I give up, and I'm just not going to do it. And we have to have, I think, it makes sense to have, the self-care and the empathy for yourself when you are in those moments. But after a while, you have to start finding the way to push forward. And this is all just my experience, right? There's no right or wrong way to get through depression. There's many different ways that people can do it. But for me, I realized I never really relied on discipline, meaning just act even when you're not motivated, and challenge each of those tiny little steps and excuses that get in the way, and do whatever it takes to get over them. Whether it's literally taking an hour to prepare for the gym, it's worth it. It's worth it if you can get yourself there, and it will get easier in my experience. So the other point is believing in yourself. I've always had a very hard time with self-esteem and believing in myself. And this time around, in this depressive episode, I realized it's probably the thing I've been avoiding the most, is figuring out my own self-esteem and figuring out how to rely on myself and how to move forward when I don't have, as much peer support as I would like. So this time around, I'm trying to build and push through that. And every time that I get myself to go to the gym, or every time I get myself to wake up early when I'm not a morning person and I don't have energy to do it, it makes me feel good. Don't get me wrong, there's times that I go to the gym and I get home and I'm exhausted and I feel worse in the moment. I'm not going to I don't think it makes sense to sugarcoat anything, because then people start feeling bad about well, I went to the gym and I feel awful. I also feel awful after the gym sometimes. But eventually, when I'm in bed about to go to bed, or the next morning, I feel good that I did something for myself, and that I'm working on my self-esteem for me. I think it's making a difference already, and I feel like maybe a lot of people's depression, after talking to a lot of people, might be, that might be a similar trigger for some people, of just not having the self-esteem, for whatever reason. So I'll keep it to that. So I just wanted to share that. Again, this is all about peer support, and hopefully helping other people just by telling my story, and then other people hopefully, being inspired to tell their stories, and reduce some stigma, and get more peer support. But sometimes you have to find the will, or the way, or whatever it is. And sometimes it's not even will, it's just literally forcing yourself to do things, to move forward in those times when everything has kind of hit rock bottom. But I truly believe, and I know from the past, that things get easier, and change is possible, and feeling better is possible. So wish you all well, and as always, thank you for checking this out. Be well, and talk soon.